back to Learn Golf with Cassie, and today we're going to do the same thing as we did last week. If you don't know what we did last week, we did this drill where we're just warming up with our arms swinging around us loosely. This week we're going to do some shots, and we're going to show you how to set up the club, because last week we just showed you the time lapse, and we're going to teach you a little bit about setting up before we start swinging. So I think my dad has something he wants to say. So
great to see you all again. Yeah, as Cassie said, we're going to be working a little bit on reviewing the key concepts from the basic swing we did last week, talking about using the weight of the club and gravity to basically make your swing without having to do too much else with your body, your arms, etc. Before we do that though, I want to tell you a little story we had, a little incident we had last week. Just after we stopped filming, Cassie carried on hitting some lovely shots, and at the driving range we're here today, we're actually on the second floor, so we've got the whole place to ourselves. But yesterday, so last week, when Cassie was playing, she got very good swings going on, and at one stage she got so good, the club flew right out into the middle of the driving range, down by that first flag. So we had to stop everybody from playing, and I had to go down and grab the club from the middle of the driving range. So a little bit embarrassing, but hopefully today we're going to do the same good stuff but without the club throw. It wasn't in anger, I've got to say though. Okay, let's go back to Cassie.
why I'm holding these two long pink sticks? Well, it's because we have to set up our workspace. So to start, you might have to buy these, or you can just use your golf clubs. And so if you can see from this angle, we're going to take one of the sticks. If you don't, and you see the tee, we're going to place it right there so that we can see where we're aiming, and we can know if we're aiming at the right place. So we're aiming at just about the left of the 100 flag mark. So, so this pole we're going to use as our feet thing. So we have to put it on so that it's parallel to the other stick, and then you can aim your feet up to it, so then you know where you're aiming. Okay, so when you want to start, you have to take a ball, of course, but I want you guys to put it on the tee so that we can have practice off the tee first, and so then it makes it easier for you guys. So let's go on to the swing. So last week we talked about the gravity and the weight of the club, making it swing around you. And this week we're going to be talking about the same sort of thing. So last week we said you will do that, but this week last week we had a bigger swing. This week we're only going to go up to here, and we're just going to knock the ball off, because we're trying to focus more on where they go. So like if it went the same place as we aimed it for. So you take your right hand, you start swinging, and then you can practice with your left hand, and then with both hands. Key things to remember are that you should always grip it properly, but for this drill you don't have to stand in your posture, you can just sort of stand like that. But for this drill, when you're doing it, you don't have to stand in your posture. And always remember to grip it properly, and week he talks about he had this red thing on the end of his club that turned on his right side, like that. So we want you doing that as well. That's a key thing. And then with the left hand, your left arm is always stuck to your body as well. And we can let you swing around a little bit more. Go around a little bit more. Okay, let's start. Now we're gonna hit a few balls, and my dad's gonna do like an analyze over the voiceover. So right now I'm just telling you that I have the 7 iron right now, and I'm not trying to whack it hard. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna swing it and try and get it out there to the distance I aimed it for. It's actually pretty nice out there. It's really sunny. The view's really nice. Okay, so let's begin. So Dad's gonna film a few face on and then a few down the line so that you get a general idea of what's going on. Let go.
So Cassie has a face-on view here. She's trying to do what she's been explaining, just hinging, letting the club swish through. Pretty effortless. That was actually a very nice shot that went dead straight down her target line, about 60 yards. So she's just letting the club, the weight of the club feel like it's swishing through with the force of gravity. There's another one, and that went again straight down the middle. She's not trying to manipulate the club head, trying to overswing, not too much body. She's just letting, you can see it looks very loose and easy. Once she's got the feel for it, she hinges, lets the club swing past and rehinges. So now we're looking down the line, and we get a view of Cassie and the posture that she was talking about in the previous video. Letting the club swing through there. Now, one of the things we'll notice a little bit, and something we're going to be working on with Cassie, and very common with a lot of beginner golfers, is the fact that the posture tends to stand up as the swing goes back. And Cassie does this a little bit. And as a result, you saw that it affects the swing, and that one went well left because her posture was not maintained. So we're going to do some work on posture with Cassie. When she starts with the ball, she's in good position. We've just got to try and make sure she stays in that position. So we'll be doing some drills and some videos on that later. This one's a little bit better. That one went a little bit right. Okay, so now here we join me, and this is probably my first couple of swings of the day. So I'm doing the same drills that Cassie was working on. I've done my right hand, I've done my left hand. I'm hinging, letting the club go past and re-hinging. And this is my first shot of the day. And that one went quite nicely, pretty straight, down the middle. 7 iron, about 80-90 yards. 80-90 yards with not much movement, just letting the club swing. So we're trying to get that feeling of the club swinging past our hands and re-hinging. Okay, and you'll see that the club head, once we get it in the position and let it swing down, it moves very quickly. So we get a lot of speed from the swing, from this letting the gravity and the weight swing. You can see the head of the club swinging very quickly. Okay, so I've just indicated to Cassie to go around and try and get a couple down the line so you can see them. And you'll get a little bit of a view of my posture. You can see I'm a little bit slouched compared to Cassie's. And that one, my hands pulled through a little bit, so the club didn't swing past my hands in time. I caught it a little bit out to the right. And this one, I think I did very much the same thing. So, no, that was a nice one. I managed to get the hinge of the club through, and the club swishes nice and straight, so that goes really straight. and I think this one was the same. It was a nice finishing shot. Just a little swing, and I got that out there about 90 yards.
Okay, so now we're going to end this video because we basically did a few, and we hope that you found that informative so that you can see what you did and compare what we did and see if it was good. I'm sure it would be. So press the thumbs up button, click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and just welcome if you're new, and keep watching. Till next time, bye.